Hi, good morning. Today I have Joe Mecca with me of Mortgage Mecca, and I wanted to talk today a little bit about what is involved in getting pre-qualified or pre-approved for a loan. A lot of times clients contact me first with a dream, right? Hello, Joe. I forgot to say hello to you.
Hi, Kristina.
So Joe, like we've talked about this before, a lot of times clients contact me and they're in the dreaming phase, right? They're saying, hey, I think I want to sell my home and I want to upsize and purchase a new home. And a lot of times they have no idea if they can do it or if they can afford it. And what I like to do is before I even set them up on a search or before even showing them homes, I'd love for them to talk to a lender because a lot of times they can afford a lot more than they think they can, or it might be the other way around. And I just think it's great to just be set up to just know financially where they are, right? So that we can make sure we get them in the right house for them, or even in a better house than they think they can, right? So the first thing I do is always refer them to a lender. And I know, Joe, we've worked a lot in the past months together. And so I thought you would be a great person to kind of give us some information about this. And so when someone calls you and says, hey, I want to buy a home, what can they expect when they talk to you, or what do they need, or what can they learn?
Yeah, Kristina, thank you. Yeah, as you're talking about that, how do we normally start off? It always starts off with a conversation. And we're always very happy that you send people beforehand before they go out shopping because and that you're patient with them too, because it really makes a difference in what they end up buying in the end. So the mortgage process, it can get pretty detailed if somebody's self-employed. We have a direction we want to take them. But for your what we like to call our cookie cutter deals, yeah, we'll sit and talk and we'll see what kind of money you have available, if you're selling a home, how much you're walking away with, and also where's that payment? Where do you want it to be? And can you go? Do you want to be a little higher than that, a little lower than that? So we're always sure to ask a lot of questions, but we're also good listeners too, because sometimes people have a lot to say about what they want to do, and we listen between the lines and we come up with strategies so that they can buy their home. And maybe they're looking to, maybe the rates are high at a certain point when they're buying and they're worried about that. But this is something I always want to bring up. Usually in December and January, it's kind of a refinance time for our clients. Seems like it's been that way probably out of 20 years we've been open. I'd say about 16 years out of those 20 years, it's always been people refinance in December. So we don't want you, in other words, we don't like you buying rates down in the mortgage process. And we talk about that. We don't like people paying points, knowing that maybe in a few months they're going to be ready to refinance when the market softens. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things, right? And I just love, I know that I get all the information from my clients when I first speak with them, find out maybe what their house will sell for, what their proceeds will be. And then so that you can take that information and then, like you said, not only tell them what they can afford, right? But then also how much, it's so important what you said of how much they want to pay. Because a lot of times, you'll be like, you can afford this amount, but there's so many other things in life, right? Other than your mortgage payment that are important to people. And so that's what I love about even you and I working together, because it's about more than just purchasing the home, right? It's about your whole life.
Oh yeah, people love to come together as a family and just talk about. Once you get over that hurdle, it's kind of strange. I've met a lot of people say they want to buy an $800,000 home and they end up buying $600,000 because they decided that the payment was more important than the size of the home. And everybody qualifies for more, but people still like to go on trips and do things. So we're very careful to listen to what they really want. And we recommend it. And it's up to them later on if they choose to go much more, but at least they have the real information. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so how long, so if one of my clients comes to you and gives you the information that you need, when could they start shopping with me? How soon?
Yeah.
After talking?
Yeah. Well, Really, probably about an hour. So
Yeah.
as long as your clients have all their, things ready, their job history, basically a resume,
Mhm.
and now lately we seem to be going to LinkedIn and grab all that information.
Yeah.
So that's really helpful. And it takes us 5 minutes to run the credit, another 10, 15 minutes to run the loan approval because we're filling in the gaps, and they're ready to shop within an hour of us
Yeah.
speaking.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah, that's wonderful. I think a lot of times people think that the process, and the process is longer, but the initial process of just kind of seeing, what you qualify for, it's really a short process, and it just takes, you gathering a little bit of information and sharing it with you. And I always
Yeah.
only refer people that, I trust, lenders that I trust, and with anything that I do when I refer. So
Yeah.
my clients, I know, can be confident that whoever I refer is someone who I trust and I enjoy working with. So
Christine, I want to add, it does only take about an hour to get all that, but we always have a conversation with the clients first. So expect maybe about 2 hours overall.
yeah,
The
yeah,
time
yeah,
of the conversation.
sure.
Yeah.
Of course, because
Yeah.
there's so much involved. And you want to get to know them, just like, just like my initial conversation with clients. There's just
Yeah.
there's so many different facets involved.
And here's the other thing too. Once they're approved, we don't want them to feel rushed. They can just sit back and wait a few months. We're fine. We're not gonna call them again. We're gonna wait for them to call us. We're not gonna call them out of the blue. Are you ready? We don't do that. We're just, when you're ready, we're ready.
Mhm. And I will say too, like as a realtor, I am in very close contact with whoever my clients choose to do, their lending with. So it's like, the three of us working together. I speak with Joe a lot when I do transactions with him, probably more, almost more maybe than the client does, just so that throughout the process, we're kind of all involved and know what's going on.
Yeah, and one more thing, once they found their home, they're under contract, the process is, and I'd like everybody to know this, we work hard for 5 days to get all your paperwork cleared, and that way it's over for you. All you got to do is sit back, wait for the attorney to get their title work in, the appraiser to send in the appraisal, and the rest you just relax with the knowledge of knowing that you're done. A lot of
Right.
people like
Yeah.
that. They just want it over with and forget about me, which is kind of
Yes,
sad.
yes, yeah, and I appreciate that. That is so true, and that helps me too, in my business too. So great. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
I hope this helped answer some questions and gave some insight into the beginning process of deciding if you want to purchase a new home.
Yeah. Thanks, Christina.
Okay, thanks.
Have a good day.
You too.